Yo, what's going on, guys? So I'm just sitting here kind of waiting for Rebirth Island to get added back into Warzone, and I kind of just had this time, and you guys know me, I like to change my mouse out quite a bit, so I figured why not talk a little bit about my collection and what goes into picking out a mouse that I'm going to be using. Let me also preface this video by saying that changing your mouse constantly, it's not going to change your aiming potential and your aiming skill by that much. I'd say at most like maybe 5 or 10%, just by changing your mouse out, and really you can aim to pretty much your maximum potential on a $20 mouse compared to like a $200 mouse. Actually, the most expensive mouse here in my collection is this Final mouse, the Starlight 12. And honestly, I'd prefer something like this Viper Mini I got for like $25 over that. But anyways, I'm gonna just kind of run over the criteria quick for like what goes into my mouse search, and when I'm looking for a new mouse, what I'm gonna look for. Keep in mind, most of this is preference, so what I'm looking for might be a little bit different than what you are, and so forth. I'd say the most important thing probably for me is shape. Shape actually is the reason I've been using the XM1R here for, I don't even know, the last couple of months. Now I've used a bunch of different mice, I'd say around 20 plus, and I think the XM1R probably has my favorite shape for my grip style, with my S2 coming in second, I would say. Now shape isn't everything, unfortunately. Some mice like will have really good shape, but the clicks may be pretty bad. A mouse I recently got that is kind of like that is the Xraypad Cone Pro Air. The mouse shape is actually pretty good for like my aggressive claw grip, which is what I use, but the clicks on this mouse just kind of feel like trash and they feel cheap and like mushy, so I really don't like this mouse because of that, which is a shame because the rest of the mouse, the coating, even the side buttons are all pretty solid, 75 grams, so it's like a decent weight. Also wireless, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, like I said, the grip I use is aggressive claw, so I kind of like a back hump accented towards the back where I can just grip it like that. Yeah, just showing you guys my grip, this is kind of what I do. I just like pinch it from the back and then I curl all of my fingers. I refer to this as like an aggressive claw grip. A lot of people ask me what grip I use, and that is it. Now shape isn't everything. I'd say up there with shape is probably weight. For me, I think I'm comfortable with anything under like 75 to 80 grams, but I think anything above that kind of gets into like that too heavy to use for me range. I'm not saying that super light mice are necessarily better. For example, like my Starlight here, I don't use this. I'll get into why later in the video. And a couple of these lighter mice that are lighter than my XM1, I don't use because of some other reasons. But yeah, just the XM1 shape is just so good that I find myself always coming back to it. Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to find out what weight you like. I know a lot of people say that if they use a heavier mouse, it helps their aim feel more stable and smooth, which, you know, if you rock with that, then just keep rocking with it. Like I said, most of this is preference. So if you like heavier mice, you like heavier mice. I'm not saying that lighter is better, but most people, especially for games like Fortnite where you have to move your mouse all over the place, like a lighter mouse. But like, again guys, it's just all preference. Another important thing to consider is wired or wireless. Now keep in mind, like if you really like a wired mouse, like the XM1R for example, I really like this mouse, and the stock cable is like decent. I'm actually getting a paracord for it sent in here. But if you really like a wired mouse but you prefer wireless more, a really good option is to just grab a paracord for it, like my S2 here. The stock cable on the old S2 was pretty trash, so this is the only paracorded mouse that I actually had to do. But yeah, if you add a paracord to a mouse, it basically feels wireless, so I don't think you should solely base your decision based off of if it has wired or wireless or not. Now I just kind of want to talk about clicks and click quality. A lot of this, like I said, is going to come down to preference, but another reason I find myself coming back to the XM1R so much is just because of the switches, and they're freaking insane. Probably one of the best, if not the best, clicks I've ever used on a mouse. I believe they have the GM 8.0s in them. But yeah, clicks can totally just turn me off a mouse. Like I mentioned the Cone Pro Air before. The clicks on this just feel like mashed potatoes, so like I don't know, I just can't find myself using it. So that is another thing that is pretty important for like when you're searching for a mouse, like what your criteria should be. A reason actually I don't use the Starlight 12 is because I've had quality control issues with the left and right clicks. They're a little bit better now, but like out of the box, like when I would use this mouse, the left and right clicks were both sticky. So like when I would use this, I'd left click or right click and the click would stay down and then pop back up. I believe it's an issue with like adhesive and just like quality control, like the adhesive isn't on exactly how it should be. I know, which is fine, like mistakes happen, but for a $200 mouse, I wouldn't expect that to be an issue. And actually the same thing happened on my Cape Town, which is just kind of unreal because this mouse is like 150. These are like, I think the two most expensive mice in my whole collection. and I've had quality control issues, probably the worst quality control issues I've had just with these two, which kind of makes no sense. You'd expect a high price mouse to give you good quality, but it wasn't the case. I'm not saying every Final mouse is like that, but that was just my personal experience, and it just kind of turned me off the brand and the company as a whole. Now, another really important thing, it's not really an issue for me because I'm such like a mouse nerd that I'll buy a mouse pretty much whatever the price is. A lot of people will ask me like, yo Strahfe, what's a good mouse under like $50, under $20, under $100? And it's kind of hard to recommend people when I don't know their preferences. Like, I don't know your grip styles, I don't know your preferences, so I'm not gonna be able to answer that. But two mice, for example, that I prefer over my $200 Final mouse are this G203 I got for probably like $15 or $10, and this Viper Mini I have here, which I got for like $25 on sale. So you guys don't have to go like crazy expensive and just drop all your money on a mouse. Like, I promise you don't need an expensive mouse to aim to your potential. Like, I could probably aim just as good on this $25, this $15 G203 as I could with my X-M1R, but there's a couple things about the X-M1R that I just really like, mainly the shape that just keep turning me back onto it. You guys are kind of wondering like where to start when you're finding a new mouse. I recommend you guys check out this YouTuber's name is Boardsy. He made a tier list with some top mice from the year of 2021 and years before. This is kind of what I reference when I'm in the market for a new mouse. So shout out to Boardsy. I will drop a link to his mouse tier list video down in the description. He knows a lot more about mice than I do. And yeah, if you guys just need like a list to start out with, I recommend you reference this because he'll just tell it how it is and he's not going to suck up to these companies and just lie about it. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much what I look for when I'm trying to find a mouse. Again, just shape, overall quality, price, cable. You could even add coding in there if that's a big deal to you. For me, it's not that big of an issue. Most of these mice I can just do fine with the coating. On that note, I actually had to sand off the coating on this S2 because it used to come with a glossy coating, and I sanded it down so it's a matte. That was about the only issue I've ever had with a mouse coating. But other than that, man, like that's pretty much all I look for. I'm gonna link this video anytime someone asks me like what mouse they should get, because that is probably one of the most frequent questions I get asked, whether it's on stream or just in a comment section. So I'm always gonna have this now. I'm just gonna reference this anytime someone has a question. And yeah, like I said, guys, Warzone is just kind of in a bad state, so I was just looking for some content to make, and a lot of people ask me about mice. It's one of my hobbies and interests, I guess you could say. So if you guys enjoyed this different content and want me to like talk more, I could probably make a similar video for like a mouse pad or keyboard or whatever you guys want, really. I mean, just drop a comment down below what you guys want to see. I'll talk about anything. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed the vid, and peace.